52 for 2 in 31 overs with 7 extras given to them. As we see a change in bowler, Scrivener coming back into the attack. The spinner. 19 more overs left before the end of this innings. Could HKCC restrict 98 runs? So Scrivener to Waqas Khan. It's a wide ball to start to Waqas. Waqas.
Ehsan Khan cuts it away, but the sweeper on the offside cuts it off. It's just a single. Scrivener has been wide in his second spell. Let's see if he's brave enough to come back to the stumps. That's a good ball. Waqas Khan trying to sweep it to the leg side. The length was good, but the line was not there for the sweep. Trying to fetch it from outside the off stump and they're facing a dot ball. This time he plays a cut shot outside off stump, cut to the sweeper on the cover fence. Just a single. Scrivener's bowling outside off stump in his second spell. He knows the batsmen are eyeing the mid-wicket fence and he's giving no chance to them. This time Ehsan tries to be cheeky. He tries to dab it into the gap between backward point and third man, but ends up playing it in the hands of the backward point fielder. No run. And again, the batsman tries to fetch it from outside the off stump, trying to sweep it to the mid-wicket fence, but Scrivener is intelligent. This whole over, he's been bowling it outside off stump and not allowing the batsman to play it down leg side. He's bowled 3 dot balls in this over and has given away 3 runs in the 5 balls that he's bowled, and one of them was a wide. Last ball of the over. Let's see if it's again outside off stump. Yes, it is, and Ehsan respects it, gets out of the over, and Waqas Khan will be on strike the next over. A very good over from Scrivener comes to an end. Just 3 of it. Intelligent bowling, keeping it outside the off stump. And Charlie Wallace is now going to bowl his 8th over.
We're back live again. Let's see how long the Wi-Fi holds up this time around. Unfortunately, having some technical issues out here at HKCC. We're doing our best to keep this game running and broadcasting across our YouTube page. So if you are tuning in, if you've been trying to follow this game and have been troubled by the interruptions, our apologies. It'll be smooth sailing from here on in as Adil Mahmood returns to the attack to bowl his 6th over. Haven't been watching, or if you've missed some of the action, Ehsan Khan, Waqas Khan have both batted brilliantly so far. Excellent partnership here, over 120 runs between these two. Ehsan Khan is 78, nearing 100. Waqas Khan 55, 104 balls, a bit slow going, but he started to pick the pace up recently, especially now that he's gotten his 50. HKCC need of a wicket.
Yeah, it's been a change of ends for Adil Mahmood. Let's see if that brings a change of fortune for HKCC. And that's a good ball first up. Going down the leg probably. It's been given as a leg by. So Waqas didn't get bat on it. If the ball would have been a bit more straighter, he might have been a candidate for LBW. Good start from Adil Mahmood from the other end. Ehsan Khan, he's 78 of 77 deliveries, going at a very healthy strike rate compared to a one-day game. And he's on strike as Adil Mahmood runs in, bowls a full delivery, and Ehsan just slows the ball from his bat, and by the time it reaches the mid-on fielder, the batsmen scamper through for a quick single. Intelligent batting by the batsman, getting the bad balls away for boundaries and trying their best to get singles at least of the balls that are good, but giving the due respect to the balls that are due. Adil Mahmood runs in, bowls a shorter delivery, guided down to the third man fence. The fielder has to run in and does well to prevent the second run there. Excellent fielding by the third man fielder. We've had 3 balls in this over, 3 runs of the over so far. One of them was a leg by, so that won't be counted in Adil Mahmood's quota of runs given, because leg bys are not counted in the bowler's quota. They're treated as extras. And Adil Mahmood runs in for the 4th ball of his over. Again, a short ball. Ehsan Khan was ready for it this time as well, but this one hurried him a bit. And we see a misfield down at the square leg boundary, and it's run away for 4. Unlucky for Adil Mahmood. It was a really good ball. He surprised him. He hurried him, in fact. Ehsan Khan is always ready for these kind of balls, but this time Adil had some pace on it. He bent his back. He hurried him. Ehsan Khan didn't get time it as well as he would have liked, but the misfield has allowed a boundary, which means we've had 7 runs of this over. Adil Mahmood runs in for the 5th ball of his over. A full delivery, a full swing of the bat by Ehsan Khan to drive it, but the mid-on fielder is inside the circle and cuts it off. But excellent running between the wickets as they get a single. We are 6 minutes away from the second drinks break. So be sure to wait. Adil Mahmood runs in for the last ball. This over. And it's a very well directed bouncer, but it goes a bit high and the square leg umpire signals a wide. Unlucky for Adil Mahmood. He's bowled very well in this over, but he has conceded 9 runs of the over already. One of them was a leg by with 1 ball to go. No dot balls in this over. Very good batting by both the batsmen. Adil Mahmood as he runs in for the last ball of this over. Another bouncer and another wide. So the 2 bouncers of this over both have gone above Waqas Khan's head, and they've been called wides. Tanveer Ahmed on mid-off, giving some advice to Adil Mahmood. As Adil Mahmood runs in to hopefully bowl the last ball of this over. And it's a short ball, cut away above the point fielder by Waqas Khan for 1 bounce 4. So that means we've had 14 runs of this over. Adil Mahmood was very good for the first 5 balls. Then he bowled 2 wides above the batsman's head, and then a half tracker outside off stump, which was capitalized on by Waqas Khan. I think Scrivener's going to bowl his 7th over now, and he will continue to bowl until he bowls out. He's been very good, especially when he came back for his second spell. He's bowled very intelligently, knowing that both the batsmen like to hit the spinners onto the leg side. He's specifically bowled them outside the off stump and prevented them from hitting him to the leg side. And again, but this time Ehsan Khan has no plans of going to the leg side. He drives it through the covers, but the man on the fence on the offside cuts it off. It's just a single. Waqas Khan is on 60 of 107 deliveries, trying to guide it besides the point fielder, but the point fielder is sharp and he cuts it off. It's a dot ball. As Scrivener comes in to bowl the third ball, it's shorter than the previous one and Waqas Khan cuts it, but it's in front of point and it's just a single to the fielder down at the sweeper cover position on the offside. So, just to give you an update of the score, 33.3 overs are done, and Little Saiwan are 171 for the loss of 2 wickets as Scrivener comes in to bowl the fourth ball of his over. A very good length on the off stump. Ehsan Khan is forced to defend this. I think this defensive shot from Ehsan Khan is the calm before the storm, and we're going to see a big shot coming soon enough. A half tracker pushes it down, a misfield from Scrivener, but the cover fielder is backing up and there's no run. Last ball of Scrivener's over. It'll be interesting to see how Ehsan Khan plays this ball. I am thinking he's going for a big shot. He wants to get a boundary. And he sweeps it to the mid-wicket fence and that's gone all the way for a 6. This one's not landed on the roof, but it's still 6 runs.
Yeah, this one comes off the bar glass window and back onto the field. So lucky it's not a lost ball. It ends the 34 over at 177 for 11 extras in this innings. Adil Mahmood continues from our end, from the playground end. Apologies for the score not working on the YouTube channel. Adil Mahmood coming in. Oh, that was tight. And the call is for 2, but it'll go as leg byes, 4 runs. A bit high, so there was no appeal for an LBW.
That was an excellent ball by Adil Mahmood. On the good length, nipped back in off the seam. And Waqas Khan was lucky didn't hit the wickets. As Adil Mahmood runs in for the second ball of his over. He goes fuller this time, trying to go for a yorker. Waqas Khan drives it to the right of the mid-on fielder and the batsmen go through for a single. Ehsan Khan, he's in the 90s. He's 91 of 84 balls. 9 runs away from his 100 and from the first 100 of the Premier League one-day tournament. Little Saiwan is 182 for 2. Apologies for the score overlay not working as Adil Mahmood runs in for the third ball of his over. On the pads, Ehsan Khan tries to flick it to the leg side but ends up getting a thigh pad on the ball as the batsmen scamper through for a leg bye. While we see the fielders of HKCC getting behind the bowler, backing him up, Adil Mahmood, 3 balls in this over. He's gone for 5 leg byes and just 1 run off the bat. So he's bowled very well as he runs in for the fourth ball. A full delivery, which is guided to the right of the point fielder by Waqas Khan for a single. Ehsan Khan to face the fifth ball of Adil Mahmood's over. He runs in, reaches the crease, bowls outside off stump. Short of a good length, Ehsan tries to cut it. He wanted to find the gap between the point and the third man fielder, but the point fielder cuts it off. So it's a dot ball.
Absolutely, he wanted to find the gap to go up till 96 and then look for the last ball to go to the boundary so he could reach century here. What can he do this ball? Can it travel all the way to get him close to a century? Mahmood. Back foot, single, a quick single. They'll run it through. This gives him more time to try and get that century in this over. Who will be bowling this over? Will they go Scrivener? Or can they go back to Luke Jones? The call of ground staff. And I think we're in for drinks to end 35 overs, 185 for 2. Apologies for the live stream internet connection break.
So the ground staff has been called upon to make some repairs to where the bowler's foot lands on the pitch. We've had 35 overs until now, and Little Saiwan are 185 for the loss of 2 wickets. They've picked up their run rate after the 30th over. At the end of 30 overs, they were 145 for 2, and they've scored 40 runs.
Yeah, we had a lot of technical issues here. Hour went well. Second hour has been marred with technical issues, but it's been a very, very good batting from Little Saiwan. They've had no issues. They've been flawless with the bat. HKCC have bowled well and fielded well, have not given them many chances. But Waqas Khan and Ehsan Khan, superb little partnership here. Let's take a look at their current partnership between the two of them. Should be showing up on your screen now. They have 154 runs in 167 balls. Fantastic partnership. Ehsan Khan doing the bulk of the scoring there at 91. He's nearing what would be the first 100 of the season's Premier League one-day series, and a well-deserved 100. And on the other end, we've got Waqas Khan. Actually, the score is a little bit behind. I think it's got 2 runs off the last ball of that over. Ehsan Khan is actually batting on 93 right now. Very, very good effort from these two. Quick look at the bowling figures now. Bowling figures for HKCC coming up the screen now. 7 overs already bowled by Tanvir, Adil, and Elliot Scrivener. They've all been economical. Adil Mahmood has bowled better than his figures suggest. Zach Poole's only bowled the 5 overs so far. The HKC skipper likely to bowl a few more overs. And Luke Jones, the wrist spinner, brought in to break the partnership. Got the batsman hitting in the air, but the small boundaries here at HKCC means they just clear the ropes. But if a gamble didn't really come off, we're interesting to see what HKCC try here as we enter the final passage of play in the first innings. 185 for 2. Look, the batting scorecard now, and as you can see, it's all Waqas and Ehsan. Waqas Khan starting slowly, but has picked up well since then. Ehsan Khan nearing a great 100. A lot of batting left to come. Harun Rashad, of course, a dangerous hitter. Munir Ahmed Mohammed. Munir Dar, Hong Kong legend, still there to come. Ehsan Ayaz, a very talented batsman. Ibrahim Ishaq as well. Wickets in hand. At this point, you think Little Saiwan should be trying to push up to maybe 300, if not more? What do you guys think?
Yeah, for sure, 300 is on the cards today. With 8 wickets in hand and 15 overs to go. Even if they go at 8 and over, they'll reach 305. I think Shahid Wasif out there in the dugout would be thinking he missed it out today. the teams having a drinks break, an opportunity for HKCC to strategize how will they bowl at the death. For death bowling, I think their go-to bowler will be Tanveer Ahmed. He's got 3 overs left, while Charlie Wallace also has 3 overs up his sleeve. Adil Mahmood also just finished his 7th over, so he's also got 3 overs. And the rest of the responsibility, I believe, will be shared by the spinners, combining Elliot Scrivener and Isaac Poole's overs. It's highly unlikely that Luke Jones gets a chance to bowl again in this match. On the other hand, Saiwan will be looking to maximize their runs in the last 15 overs.
Looks like Scrivener's coming back into the attack for his 8th over. He's in 7 overs, he's given 28 runs, not picked up a wicket. Could he pick one up now as Ehsan Khan's on strike with 93 runs of 87 balls, 13 fours, 2 sixes at a strike rate of 106. What can he do now? What damage can he do to HKCC? My prediction would be around 306 at this point. Yeah. Here we go, Scrivener coming in. And he slashes it. And this time it's fielded well, so no misfield from HKCC this time. Waqas Khan back on strike on 62. Ehsan Khan's looking at the scoreboard to see how much he's on. What can he do when he's back on strike? They're having a chat, Ehsan Khan and Waqas Khan. Quick one. Isaac Poole supporting his bowlers. Keeper. Here we go. Waqas punches it. Can't get a single. They were looking for the one there. Get Ehsan Khan back on strike. Waqas Khan hits it hard, and it's only going to be a single. He hit it hard along the ground, and now it's Ehsan Khan back on strike. 6 runs for a century. Scrivener will try and prevent that. Let's see what he'll do. What reaction can he do? He punches it down the ground, so they're not really getting those 6.
Probably worth mentioning at this point that our score overlay is being done through Crick Heroes. And the sponsor this event is Green Ink, who have shown fantastic support for cricket in Hong Kong to all age groups. So thank you to Green Ink for sponsoring this tournament, and thank you to Crick Heroes for your overlay. Quick single there to point. Going well here. Side 1, Ehsan Khan closing on a rapid 100, and Waqas Khan probably eyeing that himself. Only needs 36 more runs. Still 15 overs to go in this innings, 14 after the spall. Scrivener in his 8th over is bowled very economically, as I mentioned. He likes to go 3s and 4s. But they need wickets here. That's the order now for Saiwan. They might have gotten it there. No, not out. Waqas Khan looking for the cheeky reverse sweep. A loud appeal for LBW. Umpires not unmoved. That'll be interesting to watch the replay of, but Ian Thompson's a good umpire. He knows what he's doing. One of the best in Hong Kong, as is John Prakash, other umpire. Third umpire for today is a man known as Gandhi. I call him that because I don't want to try to pronounce his full name, but he's a fantastic umpire and a great guy as well. So a lot of good people here on the ground today and some good cricket. It's a beautiful sunny day. The weather is fantastic. The live stream is back up and running. Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Apologies for all the Wi-Fi issues we've had and all the interruptions in this broadcast, but let's hope for smooth sailing here on in as Adil Mahmood comes in to bowl his 8th over. He's been luckless today. Last time I saw Adil Mahmood bowl in the Premier League T20, Azaz Khan hit 100, was dropped 4 times off his bowling. So Adil Mahmood doesn't have quite a lot of luck go his way. He bowls very well though, but was one of those guys who just doesn't get the wickets he needs or the wickets he deserves. Yeah. Aman, you were there. You saw that. You saw 3 or 4 times Azaz Khan dropped off his bowling. At the end, Adil just had his hands up in the air. Today's similar story. He's bowled well, but his figures don't reflect it. He dropped a catch of his own bowling as well, right? Can't blame anyone else for that. It's a tough chance, though. It's a really, really tough chance, as these often are at this level. Here comes Adil again. Backs away, trying to go for the big shot over the offside. There's a gap there in the offside. That's what he's looking for. Quick look around the field now for HKCC. They've got a deep square leg. They've got fine leg and third man back on the fence. They've got a deep sweep on the offside at cover. And I believe they might have another man. No, they only have 4 men out. Right, yeah. Only allow 4 out until the 40th over. So no one here down the ground. So really, Waqas Khan should be attempting to sort of smash these back down towards us here. As Adil runs in the ball again. Back of the length though. Hard to hit those balls on the ground. He goes for a quick single instead. Nice bit of fielding. He hits the stumps, but they get that single quite comfortably. Brings Ehsan Khan back on strike. He's on 95.
Absolutely. There's a huge gap back here. And today Adil also has been a bit unlucky. As Nitish said, 1 catch was dropped off his bowling. He dropped it. And then there's a misfield at the boundary. So it's not going his day today. He did take that 1 wicket thanks to a spectacular catch. Ehsan tucks it away for a single. Adil will be pumped up with that catch because it was in the T20, it was dropped 4 times, so that replay will come back to him many times and will think, thank God I got that wicket today. So a lot of luck here. Now for HKCC, it's 191 for 2, so yeah, they can try and pull it back till about 280. They were thinking less than 250, but now they can pull their socks up till 280. Slashed away, and that could go to the boundary. It's a brilliant shot here from Waqas Khan. He's absolutely hitting the ball very well today. On the offside, on the leg side. Hasn't managed to go straight, which is one thing he should try to do now, because there's no one here.
Yeah, it's these small boundaries. They had a man out there in the deep. Oh, that shot, but just get 2 meters to the left or right of him. It goes away for 4. Not much you can do as a bowler there. He's bowling to his plan. He's bowling to his field. That's a thankless job being a bowler here at the HKCC at the Hong Kong Cricket Club. In Hong Kong in general, it's a thankless job to be a bowler. A lot of small boundaries going around. Quick single there down to third man. Waqas Khan seeding well. He's on 70. As that's the end of the over. He's 30 more for his 100. Ehsan Khan, a 96 of 92. That's going to be the big moment here. Big Hong Kong off spinner. Hearing in on 100. Elliot Scrivener likely now to bowl here. Going to bowl his 9th over.
Scrivener's been impressive on a pitch which is not giving much to the bowler, and in a very small ground. He's gone for less than 4 runs and over. 8 overs he's bowled, 31 runs. Although no wickets to show, but he's been very impressive. Waqas Khan to face Elliot Scrivener. And he goes for a slog sweep. And it hits the boundary cushions on the full, I believe. It's a 6. So that brings up the 200. All littles I won. And they are now 202 for the loss of 2 wickets. Waqas Khan now opening his arms a bit. He's done the hard yards this game and he deserves a century, I believe. And this time tries to go over cover, ends up top edging it on top of the fielder at third man. Great effort by Isaac Poole. Puts in a dive, but the ball's quicker than him and it races off to the third man fence for a 4, which brings up the 80 for Waqas Khan, and I believe the partnership has crossed 150 here.
Yes, Waqas Khan freeing his arms now. As we said, in the last 20 overs, they've looked to accelerate and try and make it a T20 format game. And that's exactly what's going on over here. 206 for 2. 10 runs coming off those last 2 balls. It's been excellent. He goes again, this time inside out, and that will be what? 2 bounces into the ropes. So Waqas Khan is on the charge as well to go to a century. He's been very impressive with the bat today.
6 to mid wicket, 4 to third man, and 4 to cover. He's targeting every corner of this field here. He might get to his 100 before Hassan does. Fantastic bit of hitting here. Elliot Scrivener is a clever bowler, though. It'll be interesting to see how he responds. He hasn't bowled particularly badly. He's bowled the same ball, more or less the same ball, beaten the batsman on 2 of those occasions, but still been taken for a boundary. Top edge to third man, and then Waqas not quite getting to the pitch of the ball, but had to fall through the shot. There's no fielder down that extra cover. A safe shot in the end. Now he gets a single. Too long on of that ball to get off strike. And score takes on to 211 for 2. 4 runs away from a century. Hassan Khan is long on and long off of both back. Cow corner is back and deep square leg is back. So they know he's got his favorite hitting zones. He's going to be looking to put it on the off stump. Nobody bowls that in the pads, and Hassan Khan takes a single on offer. Runs a quick one there to short fine leg.
Good call there by Waqas Khan. Knowing that his partner and his skipper is in the 90s and he's doing all he can to support him, doesn't let Ehsan Khan take much pressure. He's allowing him to calmly get to his 100 while he's accelerating, and that's a brilliant shot towards the right of the long on fielder. But since that is a longer boundary compared to the other sides,
Our mistake with the 4 animation on the screen there. Not a boundary. It's going to be a single, right? So Waqas Khan keeps strike for the next over.
so Waqas Khan keeps the strike for the next over. Ehsan Khan just 3 away from his 100. Waqas Khan not far away from his 90s. If he gets a few good shots early in this over, he might even overtake Ehsan Khan in reaching to his century.
That's right. Today there's been a lot of extras. There's been 16 extras already in this innings. So they'll try and keep these extras down. And that's basically what keeps you in the hut for a game. Hassan Khan is on strike on 97, 3 away from a century. Adil Mahmood, the bowler, tall, fast. Hassan Khan will think if he banks it in short, I can take a good pull shot down to the leg side and possibly get 2 and a single to bring up my century, or even hit a 6 or a 4. It depends on this ball. It really depends on this ball for Adil and for Ehsan. A proud moment if he gets it today, and it'll be nice to see one of his own step up. Oh, there was nearly an edge over there. That was some good bowling by Adil Mahmood. So, what will Ehsan think now? He nearly got caught. If there was a nick, he survived that scary moment. Now he looked to go over the top for a 6. Flicked off the pad. It might be leg buys. It should be leg buys. Is leg buys, and he's still 3 short.
We see some football skills from Luke Jones out at deep mid wicket, trying to get the run out. Ehsan Khan still on 97. He's off strike now. It's Waqas Khan on strike. 4 more balls in this over. It'll be interesting to see if Waqas Khan shows intent to get his 13 runs to get to a century in this over. Adil Mahmood runs in, reaches the crease, bowls, full delivery, driven down to mid-off, and the batsmen go for a quick single. Could have been dangerous if it would have been a direct hit from Tanveer Ahmed, but that's not the case, and the batsmen are home safely.
Yeah, very good fielding here from Tanveer Ahmed. It was definitely close. Nonetheless, there's 3 more balls till the end of this over, and Ehsan Khan still 3 runs short of a century at HKCC. Just blocks the ball. I don't know, do you think he's getting tired, Ehsan Khan?
Oh, I don't think so. He's a very fit player, and he'll be more than happy to bat through the 50 overs.
Ehsan Khan is one of the fittest men I know. He takes so much care about his fitness and his health. He told me, he was talking to me about how he's not feeling well one day. This comes at little Ehsan Khan. Oh, big appeal, but it's going to be not out. It's a loud appeal from the keeper. The umpire, not interested, just walking away as soon as the appeal went up. Not interested in that one at all. Bowler not interested. Anyways, he was not feeling well one day, and I was talking to him. He's like, I've not been feeling well recently, so all I can do every morning is only run 5K. Only. Can't do much more. I'm not feeling well. So Ehsan Khan's a very fit man. He's not getting tired. He doesn't get tired anytime soon. And he's just a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, but I think once he gets those 3 runs, he'll start going big again. Short and wide, gives him the opportunity to open his arms. He doesn't get a hold of it, so he'll only get 1 to the man in the deep. Very controlled shot there. Takes him the 98.
And that will be the end of the 39th over. Little Saiwan at the end of 39 overs, 217 for the loss of 2 wickets. I believe there's a conference going on. The captain thinks who should bowl now. Elliot Scrivener has 1 over left in his quota. He might get bowled out right now, but I see him on the 3rd man position, so it's probably going to be a bowling change, and Isaac Poole is coming on himself.
Yeah, when Adil was bowling in the previous over near us, we saw Isaac Poole warming up, so that's one indication that he was going to bowl next. As Ehsan Khan moves to 98, is on strike for the final over. No, for the final over before power play resumes again. Last 10 overs. Ehsan Khan's got to take 2 runs for a century here. Dabs it away. You look for 1. And it moves to 99.
Yeah, that means he's just 1 away from his 100. He'll be looking to get it in this over. And this over is the 40th over. And after this, the fielding side will be allowed to have 1 extra fielder at the boundary rope. So that means they'll have 5 fielders on the boundary. And so both these players will be looking to capitalize on this over to get a good boundary. But Ehsan Khan is on 99 and his first priority would be to get his 100.
That's right, and he takes strike now. Waqas Khan has given him strike. 219 for 2. And he take a single to bring up 220 and also 100. Here at HKCC. Isaac bowling from the road end, from the petrol pump end. So there was a bit of a conference here between Ryan Buckley and Isaac Poole, thinking trying to bring out the fielders on the offside. There's nobody in front of us. Dabs it away for a single to bring up a century for Ehsan Khan.
And we see the whole Saiwan crowd on their feet, appreciating Ehsan for his effort as Ehsan bows to prostrate, thanking God.
Brilliant century by Ehsan Khan. He came in a difficult situation. They had lost 2 early wickets. Waqas Khan was batting himself in. He was going a bit slow. There's a bit of pressure when he came in, but he found the fence right away. He played some lovely shots. Batted very, very well. Now Waqas Khan has grown in confidence. They've got a big platform here. They're going to launch for a big score. On cue. Waqas Khan is top edge up high in the air. Yells of catch it. Tanvir Ahmed coming underneath it. Takes the catch. Well, just on cue, Ehsan Khan gets his 100 and is signaled to start going out on the attack. It's time to charge and launch the assault. And just like that, a wicket has fallen. Waqas Khan is the man out though. Out caught. Didn't just show a well-deserved 100 himself. He was on 89. He should have gotten that 100. But he played a very, very good innings. Waqas Khan again, got his eye in, went a bit slow to start, picked up his run rate very well towards the end, played the anchor role. Great job from the Hong Kong national squad batsman. It'll be interesting to see who comes in next. Harun Rashad, Ehsan Ayaz, Ibrahim Ishaq, Munya Dar. So many batting options now to come. With only 10 overs to go. It'll be interesting. It looks like it's going to be Munya Dar.
Definitely, there's a lot of batting strength in front of Ehsan Khan's team because there's Harun Arshad. We saw how he launched 30 runs in 12 balls in the T20 league. So they're nearly down to about 10 overs after these last 2 balls. And the score is 220 for 3. Unlucky to Waqas Khan, who didn't get that century. And it's Harun Arshad who has come to the crease.
But I really like the spirit from Waqas Khan. He battled the new ball out. He was playing well in the middle overs, and he selflessly went to increase the run rate at this moment rather than just playing it safe, getting some singles and getting to his 100. He played for his team. He lost his wicket. He deserved a century, but he's done his work. And it's down to the lower order now, lower middle order, to get the team past 300, hopefully. But the batsman crossed while the catch was being taken, so it's Ehsan Khan on strike, and the last ball he faced, he reached his century. So it will be no surprise to see him come down the track or try out a slog sweep to go with the turn of Isaac Poole.
I think Ehsan Khan's just going to be a little sensible here. Harun Arshad is new to the crease, needs to get his eye in. So while Ehsan Khan's job will be to find a boundary, he can't allow there to be 2 new batsmen on the crease at this stage. It'll give HKCC a foot back in the game. So he's done the right thing. He's taken a single. And I think he's just going to try and work the ball around, encourage Harun Rashad to do the same, make sure the scoreboard keeps ticking over. And once he sees Harun's looking a bit set in after an over or 2, then he'll take on a few more chances himself as well. Harun Rashad, of course, coming off hitting the winning runs against Malaysia. Lovely little cameo, hit 2 big sixes in that run chase against Malaysia that got us into the ACC qualifiers. It's a bit of a press situation, in that game. Jamie Atkinson had batted very well alongside Shahid Wasif, of course. Unfortunate today to get a first ball duck, but batted superbly against Malaysia. Here comes Isaac Poole. Big appeal. Oh, he's given him. There we go. 1 brings 2. Isaac Poole hasn't nabbed another wicket as Harun Rashad's out LBW. He's not very happy with that, but then again, most batsmen are not happy about giving out LBW. A bit of trivia here. Since coming back to Hong Kong, this is Harun Rashad's second duck. He did get a 0 in a Sunday League game, although he did bowl pretty well in that match. So, Harun Arshad, talented player, big wicket there for HKCC. But there's still plenty of batting come from Little Saiwan. The charge has not been stopped yet. Last 10 overs, they're still going to be pushing for the 300.
Yeah, that's a good comeback from HKCC. Isaac Poole, the captain, delivering for them 2 wickets in this over, giving away just 4 runs and getting 2 wickets. The 40th over. That's a very good comeback from HKCC. Might push Saiwan to stop their change of gears for the next 2 overs. They might start going a bit slower than they would have expected because of the loss of the 2 wickets. It's Adil Mahmood. He's going to bowl out now. That will be his 10th over. New batsman is Dhananjay Rao. Ehsan Khan on strike. He's not out on 101, and he's seen 2 wickets fell in front of him in the previous over.
Good plan by the captain here of HKCC to bowl Mahmood. There's a slight breeze coming in, so the ball will swing back in. So some good tactics. 10 overs left. 221 for 4. It's hit him straight on the pad straight away. Just as I said, it'll start coming back into him because of the slight breeze.
Yeah, there's a breeze and the ball has hit the building as well quite a few times. So that might have roughened the ball up, which is why it might be reversing. This one was probably going down the leg side, so there was no appeal. Had it been more straighter, there would have been a chance for LBW. Oh, in fact, the new batsman is not Dhananjay Rao. It's Ibrahim Mohammed.
Rahim Ishaq Mohammed has played for Hong Kong at the youth levels. He's been captaining the Little Saiwan Sunday team, Division 1 side. Good, very accomplished technical batsman. Also a useful leg spinner. Talented, another one of those talented youngsters that Lil Saiwan has in the squad. It's good to see him playing at this level. He's got a job in front of him now, though. He usually bats at the top of the order, likes to build a platform, set a foundation. Definitely a talented stroke maker, though. So he's got an interesting situation here. He's going to take a few balls to get his eye in, and then he has freedom to express himself. 5 men spread out in the field, by the way, since we're in the final 10 overs. Long gone, deep square leg, final leg, third man, and a sweeper on the offside. As Adil Mahmood runs into Ibrahim. Again, hits on the pad. Again, a loud appeal from the keeper, David Jacker. David Jacker loves a good appeal there. But umpire not interested, and I think there's an inside edge on that as it's not signaled leg by. So Ibrahim Ishaq opens his account, gets off the mark. Umpire right now, standing umpire is John Prakash. Umpire currently at square leg, currently doing the petrol pump end is Ian Thompson. Adil Mahmood in his final over has a well-deserved wicket to his name. Has bowled very well today. We're looking to finish strong here. Last few overs. Ehsan Khan, brilliant century, currently on strike. What's he going to do with this ball? Work it around or go for the big hit? Here comes Adil. Well, that's really hard to put that ball away. Full right in the block hole. Digs it out here to Isaac Poole at long gone. Just a single. So good stuff there from Adil Mahmood. Very good comeback these last few overs from HKCC. They've kept the energy up throughout the innings. They knew they just needed a breakthrough. Got the breakthrough. Now they're going to apply the squeeze. If they keep them around 280, they'll back themselves, make a game of it. But I think, honestly, 250 is a power score. I think Lil Someone are well ahead at the moment.
Yeah, you're right, but you never know with these small boundaries. You need just a few batsmen to click and a bit of luck for your top edges to go through to get the scoreboard running. And on a small ground, you never know. Adil Mahmood has been bowling well at this over, just given 2 runs off the bat in the 5 balls that he's as Tanveer Ahmed passes the ball, Adil Mahmood, who reaches his mark. Last ball of the 41st over, Adil Mahmood runs in. Pretty long run up he got, reaches the crease, bowls, tries the Yorker again. All the batsman can do is hit it with cover fielder. Good backing up by Luke Jones on the mid-wicket position. And that's the end of the over. So Adil Mahmood is bowled out. His 10 overs went for 52 runs and yielded 1 wicket for the Hong Kong Cricket Club. Last 9 overs, Tanveer Ahmed's got 3 overs up his sleeve. Charlie Wallace has got 3 overs up his sleeve too. And is Isaac Poole, who's taken off his cap and is about to bowl another over. His previous over yielded 2 wickets and went for only 4 runs. If he can get a wicket or 2 right now, Lil Saiwan will be in a spot of bother.
Absolutely. Ehsan Khan on strike. What will he do? Will he go in the air? Very smart cricket. Knowing that they've lost 4 wickets, he still goes along the ground. This 8.5 overs left. Just to be careful over there for Ehsan Khan. He'll probably want to bat out the full overs. He goes, charges down the wicket and he decides for a single. So that is very good cricket from Ehsan Khan.
That's probably the first ball that we've seen the ball to spin. That might play on the batsman's mind now. Ibrahim Mohammed still trying to get his eye in as Isaac lines up to bowl.
Bit of turn there for Isaac. I think it's going to keep Ehsan interested. He's going to come back here in the second half of the game and bowl his 10 overs. He's also got the bowling of Aftab Hussain. He's got Munir not the bowl. He's got some spin options in his side though. He's got some good talented bowlers in his team. So here's Isaac Poole again. Ibrahim again. Good length. Teasing flight. He's inviting the big shot. He's trying to say, if you want to hit me, you're going to hit me down the ground. You're going to hit the slog sweep. He's inviting those shots. He's got boundary riders. He backs his bowling because he's got a chance there for a catch. Ibrahim doing the right thing, trying to get his eye in here first. There we go. Flicks into the leg side. Gets a quick single. That's what they're going to be doing for a couple of overs until Ibrahim's ready to launch. Talking about the Saiwan bowling options. They've got, of course, Aftab Hussain. And they've got Ehsan Khan, the two frontline spinners for Hong Kong. Sweeps away. And I think he's got that away for 4. Lovely, lovely shot. And clever bit of batting there from Ehsan Khan. He likes the sweep shot. Found the gap there. Puts it away for 4. Very, very well done.
Yeah, he's doing his best to not let the run rate go down, even with after the loss of the 2 wickets. And he sweeps it again and finds the fence once again. So the last 2 balls have yielded 8 runs, and that means that Little Saiwan has got 10 of this over. In the last 12 overs, Little Saiwan has gotten 89 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. And if they get 89 more in the last 8 overs, I think they'll win at one side if they get 89 more.
Looking pretty good now. Their bowling options for Little Saiwan. A lot of seam bowling options. They've got the young left-arm quick Dhananjay Rao. They've got Mohsen Khan, another left-arm swing bowler, played for Hong Kong, made his debut recently. Arun Ashal, of course, taking 5 wickets against Nepal. Didn't get any runs today. He's definitely going to come back and bowl fast and angry, try to make an impact on this game. And of course, you've got the 2 class spinners. Waqas Khan, also a useful medium pacer, does bowl quite a bit in club cricket. DLIT Scrivener now here to bowl his final over. Bowled 9 very good overs, just given 49 runs. He can bowl a bit better than his figures suggest, but Waqas Khan really laid into him that previous over. He was bowling well. It's got taken apart for a couple of 14 runs, 15 runs of that over. 14 runs and 3 balls plus a few singles. Field has been spread out, 3 men deep on the leg side. Cover, long off. Ibrahim Ishaq does a sensible thing. Gets a single in the leg side. Just brings the settled Ehsan Khan in. Ehsan picking up a couple of boundaries with the sweep shot. He's batted very, very well. Batted very risk-free innings. Not many chances offered. He's going to be eyeing these short boundaries. He's going to fancy his chances. He's going to try to hit one up. We've got a camera on the side screen. I hope he does not damage it.
Yeah, we see Ibrahim now shadow practicing the sweep shot. I think he also is eyeing the fine leg fence. But that's interesting captaincy. Now we've got 3 fielders on the leg side, all 3 on the boundary. And Ehsan tries to paddle it, gets a top edge on top of the keeper, and goes through for a single. So the fine leg fielder comes in for Ibrahim, and we saw him practice the sweep shot. So if it's on the legs, I think he's trying to clear that fielder. And he flicks it to deep square leg, gets a single. Interesting field there to Ehsan Khan. 4 fielders on the boundary on the leg side, a deep fine leg, deep square leg. Deep mid wicket, I'd say it's more of a wide long on and a long on. Interesting field there to Ehsan Khan. And he comes down, drives it to mid off for a single. Let's see if Ibrahim has gotten his eye in yet and is ready to change gears.
General rule of thumb I heard growing up, so you take 10 balls to yourself. He's played 8. He's going to take another single into the leg side here. But quick change in the field. I think he realized he's just dinking the ball into the gap on the leg side. Buckley is coming to have a word with Scrivener. Maybe bring in a man in. Maybe bring a couple of men in. And like tempt the batsman into going after him. There's talking about the length a little bit as well. It seems by the looks of it. No change in the field. So still 3 men back on the leg side. The fine leg comes in for Ibrahim and goes back out for Ehsan. Here comes Scrivener. Backs away a little bit. Makes some room on the offside. There we go. Now he's starting to have a go. He tried to hit that inside out to the offside. Misses it. Let us Scrivener now into the final ball. This quota, he's bowled 9.5 for 53. There's someone looking very good here, but no fireworks these last few overs. It's trying to slow down a bit. There we go. A nice cover drive. It's gone straight to Ryan Buckley though, and it's going to be no runs. So really the only runs that have come the last few overs was Ehsan Khan's sweep of Isaac Poole. Apart from that, HKCC have been very good. They've bowled to their fields. They're getting a little something off the pitch. I think Adil Mahmood got a little bit something off the pitch. Bit of bounce, bit of unevenness. There's some balls gripping and turning now. I think that's the nature of these Hong Kong wickets. That especially once the sun comes out and starts wearing on, they tend to dry up and break a bit. And it's been a good batting track so far. It's been more or less a good batting track. But once the ball getting a bit older, a bit softer, they are getting something. Which is why I think, again, it's going to be a tricky chase for HKCC. They've got to start well and have to find a way to keep it going. Once Little Saiwan spread the field and get the spinners doing their job, it's going to be hard. But, of course, Little Saiwan with 3 to 4 seam bowling options. He's scoring opportunities there for HKCC. So you can see now who's going to bowl here. Isaac, I think, is going to pull out. He's going to finish his 10 overs. Captain taking on himself to bowl the difficult passage to play. Ehsan Khan is the man on strike. Now this is going to be an interesting challenge. Ehsan Khan got a couple of boundaries off him in the previous over. Here comes Isaac into Ehsan. Again, he goes for the sweep. That's a big appeal from David Jacker. Isaac, half appeal from Isaac Poole. I think it hit him outside the line of off stump by the looks of it. And that is a valuable dot ball. Valuable dot ball. Ehsan Khan going back to that sweep shot again. Going back to the well. It's worked for him. He sees that short boundary there on the leg side. It's a very short boundary, the deep square leg, fine leg region. Shorter outside off stump. Backstabbing cuts. Yes, no. Ryan Buckley, great throw. Is that Ryan Buckley there? The fielding's been good nonetheless. That's Brett Long, I think. Brett Long. Yeah, so some good fielding. Fielding's been very, very good from HKCC, and these singles, they're not getting, it's 2-dot balls. And he goes down the ground. I think he's got enough on that. The fielder's trying to line up underneath it. Yep, it's gone well over him. It's 6. And that's what we mean by the small boundaries. You can block a few, you can struggle to take the strike, but we'll just hit your way out of.
Yeah, that's true, but you got to give credit to Isaac Poole for the line he's bowling and the field that he's set. He's got 4 fielders out on the leg side. He knows Ehsan Khan takes a liking towards the leg side, and he's got 2 fielders down there for the sweep, which forces him to go down the ground, and even a small miscue would have led to the wicket of Ehsan Khan. This time Ehsan Khan sweeps, but can get no more than a single. So he's successfully blocked out the sweep shot for Ehsan Khan, and now Ehsan needs to play out of his comfort zone, take some risk, go down the ground.
Here's the thing, going down the ground is Ehsan Khan's comfort zone. I think the place you look target Ehsan Khan is making him hit you over extra cover. But again, as an off spinner, you're bowling outside off stump, batsman just swing you across the line. So it's a really tough job here to try and contain a batsman like Ehsan. Ibrahim now on strike. Oh, he gets that all the way. That's clearing the fielder. Is it? No, it's a great catch on the. Has he got it? He's taking a very, very good catch. Now it's just a question of is it 6 or is it clean? The umpires are checking. Umpires are checking. I think they've given it. Have they given it? Yes, they've given it. Ibrahim's walking off. Very, very good catch there on the boundary. We're going to get a confirmation who that fielder was. Luke Jones. Yes, it is Luke Jones, former MCC young cricketer. Luke Jones holding a very good catch there on the boundary. Very well judged. Just in on the fence. The literal fence here at the HKCC. We don't use a boundary rope. We have an actual white picket fence. So he's just on the fence when he took that catch. Very, very well done. That's Ibrahim Ishaq departs. It's time for him to have a go. He played his role. He tried to get his eye and have a swing. Like we said, this pitch is not that easy. So again, what puts the innings by Waqas Khan and Ehsan Khan into context, doesn't it?
Yes, that was a very good catch by Luke Jones at the boundary. Turning back is never easy. But let's ask our commentators. Do you think Little Saiwan will get up till 300?
If Ehsan Khan stays out there, 300 is on the cards. And with 6 overs to go and 5 wickets to spare, and acknowledging the fact that Saiwan bats deep, 300 is on the cards. I think Ehsan Khan might even get to a 150 if he gets enough strike in the last 6 overs.
A really good bowling here from Isaac Poole. Taking it on himself here to bowl these difficult overs. He's picked up the wicket of Waqas Khan and he's sent back the dangerous Harun Harsha for a first ball duck. And now he's dismissed Ibrahim Ishaq. Again, setting him up. The new coming batsman did the right thing. Try to take a few balls in, get his eye in, play the right shot to the right ball. But again, just clever bowling, controlling his length, his flight, has the field set for it. Doesn't really give the batsman much option. You gotta play his game. Now this is the interesting part here. Muniadar is a new man in. He'll be on the non-strikers end as Pahul bowls to Ehsan Khan, who just works it away for a single. I think that's the last ball of this over. Single in the offside. So that's the end of the over. End of another very good over by the HKCC skipper. Yep, there's a bit of conversation by the umpires. Oh, he's giving a no ball. Hello. Hello, hello. What have we here? There's a no ball by the looks of it. think there might have been. I'm not sure why it's been given a no ball, but it might have to do with the. Yes, exactly. I think they've had too many fielders on the leg side. The playing conditions only allow for a maximum of 5 fielders on the leg side, and I think they did have 6 on the leg side, perhaps. Oh yeah, apparently 2 are saving single and 4 on the boundary for Hassan is what happened there. So now they're just having a conversation and redoing the field. It's given a no ball, which suggests that this one's going to be a free hit, and it's going to be Munir Dar who gets a free hit. Can you imagine that? Munir.
There's a fun fact about Munir Dar. When he visited Bangladesh in 2014 in the T20 World Cup, he had fire coming out of his ears. So that was pretty interesting when I watched it on TV. As he comes for the free hit, slogs it, and there will be protection out there. So just the one. We know how dangerous Munir Dar is.
But what an opportunity. The first ball you face is a free hit. You've got license to do whatever you want to with it. No pressure of getting out. No pressure of facing a dot ball. You just got to go out there and hit the hardest you can. Even though it's just a single, but that gets a lot of pressure off you when you're off the mark and facing your next ball. The 6 overs left. Tanveer Ahmed's got 3 up his sleeve. So I think he's going to take the tennis court end to bowl out. It'll be interesting to see if Isaac Poole continues from the petrol pump end, or is it Charlie Wallace who's going to bowl his 3 overs from the petrol pump end in the last 6. Munir Dar marking his guard. Fresh to the crease. Last 6 overs. Predictions, Aman?
Predictions, I think little Saiwan will try and accelerate from here and look to get around 290-ish to 300. But it really depends on HKCC, how well they bowl, how well they cut off these singles and boundaries. It's all about pressure here. These dot balls, scoreboard pressure, and then you get your... But nonetheless, Munir Dar is a great batsman and a great bowler is bowling to him. Dabs it down. Could have been a catch, and it's a very cheeky shot which will run away to the boundary from Munir Dar. So, to my knowledge, I think that will bring up 250 for little Saiwan.
Munir Dar using all his experience. Third man was up. No need to go hard at the ball. Just taps it down and finds the gap and gets a boundary. Tanveer Ahmed, first ball of the over goes for a boundary, and he's under some pressure now. Bowling to 2 of the most experienced players in Hong Kong right now, Tanveer Ahmed. He's not short of any experience either as he runs into ball. And attempted Yorker down the leg side, and the umpire signals a wide.
This is a very dangerous pairing now. With 6 overs in hand, they've got 250 on the board already, 253. Got the legendary Munir Dar and Ehsan Khan, who wants to bowl in the situation. I mean, I would like to bowl just for the, just to say I got to bowl to them, but I don't think it's going to end well. It's not an easy task to bowl to these guys in this situation. So Tanveer Ahmed's he's got a job here to do, and he's running into bowl. Of course, Tanveer Ahmed used to be the death bowling specialist for Hong Kong. He's very, very experienced at this role, and he's been very good at it as well. Good little length ball there. Got away to point for a single. He's pushed third man back now. I think they realized that they need to have someone back there. But fine leg is up by the looks of it. So they've got long on. Third man's in, yeah. Third man's come back in. Third man's come back in. Now they send a man back for Ehsan Khan. Third man was back for Munir Dar, and he stepped back in. Alright, Ehsan Khan on strike as Tanveer comes into bowl. Oh, perfect Yorker. Absolutely perfect. But they're going to run the first hard, and they're going to think about 2. But Luke Jones quick in from the deep. Stop that. It's only going to be 1 run. I think now they're going to push third man back again here for Munir Dar. They're going to keep him up. They've got long on. They've got cow corner, the wide long on as described earlier. They've got deep square leg. They've got a sweep on the offside. They've got a long off. Third man's up. Point is up. Man in the covers and short fine leg. Munir Dar on strike as Tanveer runs into bowl. Again, nice and full and straight. Munir Dar doing the right thing, just working into long on for another single. But on another day, that length, if Munir has his eye in, is in the mood, will have come crashing towards us here.
Yes, I completely agree. Munir's just faced 4 balls until now. and none of them have been dot balls. He's gotten a boundary and 3 singles. That's all experience does. Tanveer Ahmed runs in for the 5th ball of his over. And attempted yorker. Ehsan Khan plays it straight down the ground. Isaac Poole cuts it off. Doesn't let them take a double. Very good throw to the bowler. Munir Dar to face the last ball of this over. They've got 9 of the over already. 4 singles, a boundary and a wide. What does Tanveer have up his sleeve on the last ball of this over? Can Munir get another boundary? As Tanveer starts to run in. Munir with a very high backlift. That's a slower ball. He deceives it in the air. Munir was through with his shot earlier and the ball arrived pretty late. And Tanveer ends with a dot ball. Good end to the over. After conceding a boundary of the first ball, he conceded 4 singles and a dot ball, along with a wide.
It looks like there will be pace from the petrol pump end. Isaac Poole not to continue. Could it be Adil from that end? Oh no, it is Isaac Poole. The keeper had taken off his helmet, so not sure about that one, but it'll be Ehsan Khan on strike.
Meanwhile, over at KCC, United Service Recreation, I've got crossed the 100, the 111, but there's 6 wickets down. There's only 12 overs to come in that game. So, difficult here for USRC. Obviously, one of the stronger teams trying to make a statement. After goes, oh, that's hit well. What a shot, Ehsan Khan. Like I said, he doesn't mind hitting straight down the ground. He quite likes it. I've seen him coach a lot of kids. He's very insistent on hitting straight down the ground. That was perfect demonstration. All of you Ehsan Khan students watching this game, that's exactly what he wants you to do. Great hit. 4 more. Isaac Poole quickly into ball, next ball, not wasting any time. Worked away in the offside for a single. Isaac Poole has slowly bowled his side back into the game here with a couple of late wickets. Ehsan Khan continues to take the charge. We would of course like to thank Green Ink, sponsor for this tournament, for all the support of Hong Kong cricket. It's been an exciting first game here. We've had some broadcast issues, but the cricket has been phenomenal. Good line, good length. Sweep shot again from Munir Dar. He likes to sweep as well. And the good fielding effort there, short fine leg, but they scamper through with a quick single. Again, both these men far fitter than a lot of people who are younger than them. Two very, very good athletes, very good fielders, very good cricketers. They are the heart of this team and they're doing a great job here. 263 for 5 as Isaac Poole runs in again, quickly between his overs. Tapped away. Oh, and that's missed a field here at point. And that's gone for 4. And we'd like to introduce a special guest commentator.
How are we here? Good 4 there. Well played. Little side 1 doing very nicely here. Ehsan Khan, Munir Dar, 2 stalwarts and very strong players for the Little side 1, and one of them a national player, one of them a former national player. Got Isaac Poole, our captain of the Premier League side for Hong Kong Cricket Club, bowling some lovely off spin. Needs a wicket here. Very well bowled. Very well bowled. He tempted him outside off stump, drew him outside his crease, got the huge wicket. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Isaac Poole. Dr. Isaac Poole. An absolutely sensational innings by Ehsan Khan. What can you say? Another 100 to him in quality, a great strike rate, well hit, beautiful 4s and 6s. A classy play, really showing Hong Kong Cricket Club what they're going to need to do when their turn comes to bat. So what score do you think they'll be looking here? 6 for 267, a bit over 4 overs to go. What's your view on this one?
I'm thinking 300. They've got 4 wickets in hand, 4 overs to go. They bat deep. Everyone can hit a dusty blow there. I think they'll be targeting 300. And you got to appreciate that was a good move from Isaac Poole. He could have brought on Charlie Wallace from the petrol pump end, but he continued with himself and he knew he was the one who could get the wicket. Even though Ehsan Khan got a 4 of the first ball, but he still persisted with himself. And he's got the rewards. He's gotten his 4th wicket now.
Definitely they'll be targeting 300, but They'll get around 280, 290 at this point of time. Less overs are there, and we're not sure about the batting strength from here on it. But Munir Dar is still there, so anything is possible. Awaz comes in. Isaac Poole, 4 wickets taken.
Batsman is Ehsan Ayaz. Ehsan Ayaz. I've seen him score 200s on this ground. He scored a Sunday League 100 once upon a time, and he also scored 100 in our University Cricket League, batting for City U. It's a phenomenal innings. It was a T20 game. It's absolutely demolished everyone. He was a clear level above everyone else in that competition. He is on strike. He did not set off stump. So, in case I've not mentioned before, our commentators today are Amandeep Kitwani, Yaksan Raja, and the captain of cricket, HKCC, David Varley. David, your thoughts so far?
Little Saiwan really setting an imposing total here. Isaac Poole, the captain, I thought bowling very well when Ehsan Khan's really set the standard. 4 wickets for Isaac. When he's not bowling some beautiful off spin, he's there managing the investment market. So it's good that he's having a day off today and focusing on his cricket. Coming from the southern end here is Charlie Wallace, one of our new players at the Hong Kong Cricket Club, new sporting member. Had some injuries earlier in the season with a broken foot, which he did when hiking 100 kilometres. But how do you think about his bowling today?
He's bowled pretty well, hasn't he? He's bowled good lines, good lengths.
He's been responsible for bowling the only maiden over we've seen in this match. He's been impressive. 3 overs to go. He won't be able to complete his quota today as he comes into bowl. Munir Dar tries to hit it very hard, but does not time it as well as he would have wanted to, and gets a single to long on. Ehsan Ayaz trying to mark his guard on the other end. He's a new batsman. Hopefully the left-hand, right-hand combination does not trouble the HKCC bowlers towards the end.
That's part of the strategy of having Ehsan Ayaz down the order, to just sort of mix things up a little bit. He's a very innovative batsman himself. He doesn't just want to hit straight on ground. It's good hitting behind the wicket, Ehsan Ayaz. So he's got a lot of scoring options. Interesting to see Tanvir Ahmed getting taken off, the death bowling specialist. Is it going to be a change of ends for him?
Potentially, yes. I must admit, I'm a little bit worried about having fine leg and third man up. A little tickle, a shot over the top could be an easy 4. So you'd think that he's going to bowl full here. He's going to bowl full, try and hit the stumps, bowl with some good pace. Let's see how he goes here from Charlie Wallace. Oh, not happy with the field there. Dead ball. We reset again. Umpire at square leg. There's Ian Thompson out there, got his lovely black hat on. Watching things very close. Out here at deep mid-off, we have Ryan Buckley, the head coach. At cover, we've got Luke Jones, who have a big job. Both of them have a big job to do this afternoon. Third man has gone back. So this will be full outside off stump, you would think. Lovely shot. Picked up by Lala Adil Mahmood. Throws it in there. Lovely 1 run there. Not too bad.
Great sound of the bat there from Ehsan Ayaz. Yeah, a lot of coaches here in the playing 11. Luke Jones, Ryan Buckley, Reid Maudsley, and Adil Mahmood. Coaches all in full force. If you're a HKCC junior watching this game, you should do what they say, not what they do, as they say.
Big day for Reid. It's his last game for Hong Kong Cricket Club. He leaves back to the UK tomorrow, so he'll be batting up the order. Well bowled. Lovely spots again from Charlie Wallace. He had a big game yesterday playing for the Hong Kong Cricket Club Witherers in a very tight victory over CHK, but he's backed up well. He looks fit. He looks firing. It's good signs for the future for Hong Kong cricket. But at the moment, you would say Little Saiwan well on top. Absolutely well on top. Charlie Wallace trying to pull us back into the game. I think if Hong Kong Cricket Club kept Little Saiwan under 300, it would be a pretty good effort from here.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything under 300 would be a good effort as Ehsan Ayaz tries to hit that ball over the extra cover fielder, but ends up hitting it straight to long off. It didn't carry, so it'll be just a single. Charlie Wallace has been good this over. He's gone for just 4 singles of the 4 balls he's bowled, and he's bowled some terrific yorkers to Munir Dar. It will be interesting to see if he's keen on using the bouncer that he was using earlier in his first spell. No. missed his mark by a bit. Low full toss, but there's protection out there on the mid-wicket fence, and that will be just a single. So 5 balls, 5 singles. Can Ehsan Ayaz get a boundary of the last ball of the over? What do you think, Nitesh?
Excellent over from Charlie Wallace, but benefits by having 2 new batsmen in there. The danger of Ehsan Khan just dismissed. Again, Isaac Poole doing the job, getting the 2 set batsmen, Waqas and Ehsan Khan, out in timely fashion. Another great delivery, full in the block hole. Not much Ehsan Ayaz can do with it, but he gets the single. I think at this point, those I want already feel they've got a winning score on the board. Anything from these last 3 overs could be a bonus. And from HKCC's point of view, they don't want to be chasing 300. The psychological impact of a 300 chase. If Little Sai want to end strong here, they come into the field after lunch, they have the energy behind them. HKCC can end strong here. And they come into, second innings, a bit of momentum. Momentum is a thing, a little bit of momentum going into the run chase is what they need. So a good, strong 3 overs is what they're going to look for here.
So it looks like Tanveer Ahmad is not going to complete his full quota of the overs. Might be a strategy move, a right arm off spinner to a left-hander.
Isaac was just going to bowl this over no matter who the batsman was. He's the captain. He's taking on himself to bowl the difficult over. He's taken 4 wickets. He's bowled very, very well. He's in around the wicket to Ehsan Ayaz. He goes to the slog sweep, does not get hold of it. Unfortunately for him, it falls short of the man in the boundary. Munir was looking for 2. Ehsan was ambling that first one. Munir was all set to sprint back for the second, but Ehsan was slow in that first run. So it's only a single.
Courage as always from the captain to bring himself on, bowling out here. It could go both ways, but also a fantastic chance for 5 wickets for Isaac here. Well, here we go. Goes long. Benzanel. No. Beautiful shot from Little Saiwan. Minir Dar, tremendous experience from all his 6's cricket. Been one of the guys who's had a fantastic record here at the Hong Kong Cricket Club. Little Saiwan done very, very well. He is going to go after Isaac in this last over. Can Isaac do the business? Got him! Fantastic. Well done, Isaac Poole. He pulled that down a little bit shorter. 5 wickets for Isaac Poole. Absolutely fantastic. He saw him coming, pulled it down. What a fantastic piece of bowling. Well done, Isaac. 5 wickets. Gets the key wickets of Munir Dar.
Very smart bowling from Isaac. He knew he was going to come down the wicket, so he bowled short, and that allowed David Jackers to take the bails off very quickly. Score 280 for 7. I'd still be thinking around 298 over here.
At the current run rate, they should reach 293. Going at 8 and over will allow them to reach exactly 300. And if they go at 10 and over, they can go to 305. Last 15 balls to come. And the new batsman out in the middle is Dhananjay Rao. It's not Dhananjay. Yes. A good single by Ehsan Nawaz to get off the mark. Ehsan Ayaz was keen on coming back for the second, but he was sent back.
Still batting here to come for Little Saiwan. Asad Nawaz Khan, not a monk with a bat either. A good fast bowler. He's primarily in the team for his bowling. Was some really quick outswing. I've had the pleasure of facing him in the nets. It's not easy. But he's also a good batsman. He scored some runs in Saturday and Sunday League cricket. Knows what he's doing. Shorter ball there from Isaac Poole. Ehsan Ayaz pulls it away. Doesn't get hold of it again. Not off the middle of the bat. It's going to be 1 run in the deep. But yeah, there's still some batting. These 2 kids here can bat. It's just a question of whether they can middle it. Sometimes you try to go too hard when you're new to the crease with not many balls left. And they just work the singles, wait for the bad balls. As Poole comes in to bowl the last ball of his spell. He's bowled very well. Tosses it up, invites that hit down the ground. Asad Nawaz obliges, but not connecting cleanly, so it's only going to be a single to long on. He finishes his 10 over with 5 wickets for 73 runs. Bit expensive, but again, 5 wickets in this ground, in this situation. Job well.
Absolutely. When a captain steps up and takes 5 wickets, yes, I'm sure he would like to go in for a few less runs, but what a terrific effort by Isaac Paul, really leading from the front. And now we've got Charlie Wallace from the other end, who I thought has been bowling beautifully today. He's got a huge job here, 2 overs to go, really trying to keep Little Saiwan under the 300. Here he comes, steaming in from the southern end. Oh, very well bowled. Lovely spot. Wild swing in the miss from the Little Saiwan batsman, just missed there. So 3 deep on the leg side here. So clearly they think the batsman is going to be targeting the mid-wicket square leg region here. Charlie Wallace really trying to get a nice and full up in the block hole. Very well bowled. Will they come back for 2? They're looking at it. No. Luke Jones, one of our talented leg spinners and beautiful left-hand batsman. He steams in there, keeps it to 1. Well bowled Charlie. Well fielded Luke. Little Saiwan, there's no question. 284 for 7 in the 49th over is a wonderful score, and there's going to be huge pressure on Hong Kong Cricket Club later. But Hong Kong Cricket Club has put in a very strong side with a wonderful top order. So definitely tune back in this afternoon. There will be a wonderful run chase here at Hong Kong Cricket Club.
Yes, plenty of accomplished domestic batsmen in the HKCC batting lineup. Good short ball there from Wallace. And so skidding on a little bit, SNI was not able to get the full shot away. The HKCC batting lineup will rely heavily on Luke Jones, as mentioned before, former MCC young cricketer, very good batsman, topped the Sunday League run scoring charts last season and played well in the Premier League T20 earlier this year. We also got Ryan Buckley, former Durham cricketer. Doesn't bowl as much nowadays, but has evolved into a very accomplished middle order batsman. Comes Wallace into bowl to Ehsan Ayaz. Short ball, goes for the pull, yet again misses it. Charlie Wallace changing up his pace well, bowling a few slower ones, a few quicker ones, hitting good lengths. It's a very good over. And again, it's just what wickets do. You hit wickets, you slow down the run rate, and they've done that well here at HKCC. They've dismissed the batsmen, they've dismissed the dangerous batsmen. They're going to end strong here with only about 8 balls left in the innings. Talking about the HKCC batting, they got Benzanol, who'll probably be at top of the order. You've got David Jacker, of course, keeper. Full outside off stump, very nicely driven, good looking shot, but again, not quite off the middle. Plus there's protection there in the deep, so it's only going to be the single. Other batting options, as mentioned before, Reid Maudsley playing his final game in Hong Kong. That's unfortunate. He'll be off the order as well.
He'll be up there, absolutely. He's been batting well in the nets. Probably hasn't had the season he would have liked here in Hong Kong, but I think he's going to finish off well here, and he's going to have a huge job because there's a serious total to chase. So in steams Charlie Wallace for the last ball of his spell. Very well bowled. What a fantastic second last over. 7 for 285, 1 over to go. The question is, who will be coming back here? It looks like it is going to be Tanvir. Tanny does bowl well at the end, a very good death bowler. Loves to bowl it nice and full up in the block hole there. 1 over to go here. Saiwan 7 for 285. So we look around the field. We've got David Jakir keeping, who have a big job at the top of the order. Down here at fine leg, Elliot Scrivener, who's had a wonderful season so far, made a terrific 100 against KCC in the 2-day game. Charlie Wallace in a point position there. Ben Zanel's out there in the field, who have a huge job to do as well with the bat. Brett Long, and a very talented South African who joined the Hong Kong Cricket Club this year. He's had a very good season. Very steady left-hand batsman. That is not where you want to bowl. But Reid, just inside the rope. I think that's gone for 4. Is my view on there. But shouldn't be bowling short down leg side. That's going to go for runs. Tanny will know that. He'll come back here and looking to put up in the block hole. 7 for 289, 5 balls to go. In he steams. Here comes Tanny. That was a better ball, but I must give credit absolutely to Little Saiwan's batsman there, Mr. Ayaz. My apology, Mr. Ayaz. What a beautiful shot over deep mid-on. Just picked that up beautifully, and lofted it over mid-on for 6. Well played.
We play the University Cricket League game. Each team started off with one match ball, a spare match ball, and a spare. He lost all 6 balls, 5 thanks to him.
Well, he's definitely a danger here. 4 balls to go, 7 for 295. A 4 and a 6 off the first 2 balls. Tanny really looking to find the spot here. Can he knock him over? Much better. In comes Luke Jones. He's got a good arm. Here they come. No, not coming back for 2. Very good fielding. Very, very good fielding. It would have been a huge mistake and a huge risk if they took that extra run. Well bowled, well played. Mr. Khan here from the southern end. What's he going to do? Will Tanny go the slower one? Will he bowl a bouncer? What's he got in mind? 3 balls to go, 7 for 296.
3 balls to go. Look at the field. There's no one on the deep in the offside apart from long off. So that tells you what Tanvir is going to bowl. He's going to be attacking the stumps. I don't think Asad Nawaz has the game to go inside out of extra cover, but he'll probably just look to hit it in the deep. Get Ayaz back on strike. Oh, perfect Yorker. Great ball, but down leg side. And like you said, he just wants to get his partner back on strike. Hassan Ayaz is hitting them well now. Got 2 balls to go.
Last 2 balls, Saiwan is on 297. 3 more needed to get 100. And with the way Ehsan Nawaz has been hitting them this over, it seems highly likely that they'll reach the 100.
Absolutely. Tanvir Ahmed will be looking for the Yorker just to restrict them down. What will he bowl this ball? It's full and it's a dot ball. So we're down to the last ball of this innings. The score 297 for 7. Will Tanvir bowl a Yorker? Will he go short? What's he going to finish off with? Nitesh thinks a slow ball. It's punched. And they'll have to keep going, but they'll take a thing. And umpire says not out. So they finish at 299 for 7, which means HKCC need 300 in their 50 overs.
Yeah, Ehsan Khan top scoring with 132. And Waqas Khan getting 80 odd as well. Those were the backbone of this match. And on the bowling side for HKCC, Isaac Poole leading the pack with his 5-wicket haul in his 10 overs. Charlie Wallace should be mentioned. He was also very good with his bowling. 9 overs, 38 runs, 1 maiden. Didn't get any wickets, but he was probably the most economical bowler for HKCC. So with the 50 overs done, Saiwan batting scorecard looks like Shahid Wasif went out early. First ball duck to Tanvir Ahmed. Aftab Hussain played well for his 14. Waqas Khan battled out the new ball, got 89. Ehsan Khan the pick of the batting, 132 of 120 balls. Harun Arshid got a golden duck. Ibrahim got 4. Munir Dar looked good for his 17. Ehsan Ayaz got some good blows in the last over, got 19. And Asad Nawaz Khan got 3 runs. And that makes the total to 299 for 7, which contained 21 extras. Now moving over to the bowling. So HKCC started with Tanvir Ahmed. He was very good. 9 overs, got 32 dot balls. Went for 51 runs, got a wicket. That was Shahid Wasif. Adil Mahmood bowled well. Went for 52 in his 10 overs, got a wicket. The pick of the bowlers, Isaac Poole, 10 overs, 73 for 5 wickets. And Charlie Wallace, 9 overs, 38, no wickets. Elliot Scrivener was good, but Waqas Khan took a liking to him. 10 overs, 53, no wicket. And Luke Jones came on for just 2 overs, went for 22, thanks to Ehsan Khan. So 300 to win. And we'll be back after the lunch break.